Hello there guys and welcome back to a brand new video. Today I want to cast our minds forward to next year, as this year definitely feels a bit of a write-off at the moment with regards to Star Wars games, and I think everyone can agree with me when I say that. Whilst this year feels like it couldn't get much worse for us fans, it's not been a total bust, as earlier this year we got news that EA no longer holds the exclusive license of Star Wars games. Ubisoft announced their new game, but we know pretty much nothing about it at the moment, and then Star Wars Hunters was announced in February for a release later this year. However, during the last investor call for Zynga, it was confirmed that Hunters has been delayed to a Q4 soft launch this year and a full-scale release sometime in 2022. By the time this video goes live, opening night live will have happened as well, so I don't know if we got any news regarding LEGO Star Wars either, and if we did, then I'll either have a video out already for that or I'll have one coming very soon. But hopefully it's news that it's releasing this year, so at least we'd have one new game for us to play. So moving on to next year, we currently know of a few things going on for Star Wars games. Not necessarily that there are loads of games releasing, but I'm certainly expecting there to be at least 2 new games and some PS4 and Switch ports for old games. With the ports, KOTOR 1 and 2 have been rumoured for a while now, so I'm expecting to see them come out next year, or even late this year if they're feeling adventurous, but I won't hold out any hope for that. The next ports may not even be KOTOR either, but they definitely feel the most likely. Over the last few years, Aspyr Media has been making a lot of ports for old Star Wars games, so I'm fully expecting to see them carry on releasing more over the years, along with hopefully a new KOTOR game as rumoured earlier this year as well. Backtracking a little bit, next year I'm expecting 2 new games with Star Wars Hunters, likely in the first half of the year, and then a sequel to Jedi Fallen Order sometime perhaps in November, but that is all yet to be confirmed. Not only am I expecting to see new games, but I'm expecting to hear a lot of news from the galaxy far, far away. The news will mostly come from Star Wars Celebration, where EA will likely talk a lot more about their plans for Star Wars going forward before showcasing even more stuff at EA Play Live a month or 2 later. Now I say this because the week before EA Play Live this year, EA said that they won't be sharing any news this year, but they look forward to celebrating with us next year, which is a very good choice of words. From EA, I'm expecting to see them properly announce and reveal the next game in the Jedi series for release later in the year, with gameplay being showcased at EA Play Live. Beyond that, I'm not expecting to necessarily see anything big, but I'm 100% expecting to hear about other projects that they plan to release over the next few years beyond 2022, and they could definitely do some behind the scenes stuff for that, very much like they did with the EA Play video from 5 or so years ago. EA very likely won't be the only ones in attendance at Celebration next year, which is taking place between May 26th to the 29th, which is Thursday to Sunday. I imagine Zynga will be there as well with Star Wars Hunters, which should hopefully have been released by then, but hopefully they'll be there to talk more about the game and its future, perhaps even giving us a roadmap for the rest of the year. There really is a lot of potential with Hunters, so I'm hoping it will play a big part in the next few years of Star Wars gaming. I'm also hoping to see Ubisoft as well, but I'm certainly not expecting to see them, as it would still be early days for them with their open world game, but I think it would be really cool if they gave us a few little details about the game, and perhaps if they're going to work on other Star Wars games as well. Aspyr could also be there to talk about the rumoured KOTOR game that they're potentially working on, but again, I'm not necessarily going to go into that with expectations. I'd love to see even more developers there to announce their Star Wars games, but they obviously won't all be there at once when some of their games could easily be 2 to 3 or more years away. I definitely have high hopes for Celebration next year with regards to news, and with Hunters hopefully being released by then, we should have a steady stream of news and content for that game to keep us going. Shortly after Celebration we'll have E3, which I'm not really expecting to hear or see anything from that, especially since Celebration is only 2 to 3 weeks beforehand. But at EA Play Live, I imagine we'll see gameplay for the Fallen Order sequel, assuming that it is indeed releasing next year like everyone suspects, and maybe even some teasers for another game they're working on, but I think that could be pushing it maybe a little. Other game shows throughout the year could also give us some interesting details about future Star Wars games, but Lucasfilm could also very easily talk about their games outside of these events, so we'll have to wait and see how things go. The way I see next year going is 2 game releases with Hunters and Fallen Order sequel, and then we'll get lots of news for other things along with post-launch content for Hunters. Now that is simply just my opinion, so don't take anything as confirmation of any kind. I do want to go into next year with as little expectations as I can so that I won't be disappointed, but with how bad this year's gone, I really am struggling to keep my expectations down. Let me know how you see next year going in the comments below though guys. That is it from me today. Thank you all very much for watching, and may the force be with you always.